Hello, I'm Milo, traveling with my dog, Willie Nelson.
I'm Jenny with my co-pilot, Dakota.
Two solo van nomads sharing our stories from the road.
We may travel solo, but we don't have to go at it alone.
Girls Just Want to Drive Vans podcast is created to help and encourage other adventurers.
Thanks for joining us.
I'm Jenny. I'm coming to you from Tucson, Arizona.
Hello, I'm Milo, and I am coming from you from the driveway of my cousin in Texas. Mooch docking.
I am also sort of mooch docking, except that it's like 100 degrees out, so I am in a house.
I'm not really mooching. I feel like I'm parked in the driveway, but I'm not taking anything, so I'm not sure if that's considered mooch docking since I'm not. Oh no, well, they feed me, so there is that.
See, and I guess I'm taking all of the indoor perks of being in a home with running water and space and Wi-Fi.
That is nice. That is nice.
Full on mooching.
So I understand we have a sponsor.
We do have a sponsor. So this week's episode of Girls Just Want to Drive Vans is brought to you by hammocks. Although we all know van life is stress-free living, it's still nice to have a cozy place to relax. Luckily, hammocks don't take up much space and can provide you with just the lounging that you need. Just find yourself a pair of trees and you'll be ready to kick back in no time. Hammocks aren't just for relaxing either. They make a great outdoor office space, dinner table, or even a place to send your partner in the middle of the night if you can't stand their snoring. Now, Milo and I have both tested this product before, and I can definitely recommend it. My best advice, though, is to use it in the woods where there are plenty of trees around. It's not the best piece of furniture for the desert. And if some random guy decides to convince you to try his makeshift hammock stand, say no. You'll end up on the ground. Yeah, from experience.
Did anybody get hurt in that experience?
Yeah, I was supposed to go like mountain biking the next day and had to decline because like I landed on my wrist funny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, hammocks belong in trees.
So, true story. There was a hammock, like you said. I mean, it was like 4x4 in the ground, but I don't know how long it had been there, and it ended up snapping and broke the toe of someone in the hammock. No, I'm calling this I'm not sure what I'm going to call this yet because we didn't like talk ahead of time as far as what we were going to talk about. He's going to be terrible. Hold on. I have to actually put him on his bed.
Okay.
Because I'm the boss.
I see that.
Did he know? He went right to his bed. He knew. Yeah. We've already had this conversation. Okay, so last week we talked about dating, so I'm guessing that your dating is going well.
It's going so well, which is why I'm back in Tucson. I spent the last week in Flagstaff, where it is much cooler, and we did the van life version of dating, and it went really well. And now we are back in Tucson doing the house life version of dating. So
my update is that we had gotten blood work done for the dog, and they had said it could take up to 2 weeks to hear results. I have not heard results, but he did take a turn for the better. He started having normal bathroom breaks. So everything, he started to return to normal. I have the bruises to prove because he gets really playful. So that was good. And then I woke up to an email this last week saying, asking if I would be interested in being a camp host in northern Colorado, and from the U.S. Forestry Department, over 25 campsites. And I said, I'm interested in having that conversation.
Oh my gosh.
Wait.
Okay.
So for those who don't know, camp hosting is basically you stay on the property, but you don't have to pay for your utilities. So you get water, usually water, electric, dump, shower utilities. Sometimes they have laundry, depending on where you're at and what amenities they have. So you don't pay for it. However, you're paying for your time. You're paying for the fact that you have to help other campers. You are an information source for them. So knowing the area or just being able to answer questions and having some customer service and being available. So lots of pros and cons there because it is a commitment. So for someone like me who tends to not stay in one place for very long, staying in a place for 5.5, 6 months is a bit of a mental challenge for me, strange enough. However, I started thinking of the money saved by doing this. So if I were to stay in one place and not have to pay for, I was thinking like all those times we ran to town to do the dumps, to get the water, do the grocery shopping. Sometimes you have to pay for dumps. We were lucky enough to find some free ones in Gunnison, but it's just when I started to think about the cost saving, moving, I thought, well, why not? I could try it. However, the one up in northern Colorado, when I did talk to the ranger, to the U.S. Forestry liaison, I guess he said that cell service was really spotty and I couldn't do this show or work. Okay, so it's not really an option because I would still need my job.
Right.
So I told him I would have to pass, but to please keep me in the know if there's something else that came available that actually had cell service. So that went really well. He was, very gracious. So if there's anyone out there looking to camp for free and can be nice to people and doesn't need a cell phone, you might want to drop me a line. I can give you some information. I got that position actually by applying on Indeed for a camp
cool.
post. And I don't, honestly, Jenny, I don't even remember doing it. So, but what happened is that was like a rabbit hole that I dove into. And I'm like, wait a second, what else is out there? Because the opportunity just seemed pretty great, actually. So I got on a group and started looking at other camp posts, what they were posting, what they talk about, pros and cons, because you get all kinds of nitty gritty dirty when you talk to people who've been doing it. And there was someone posted that near Gunnison, they were looking for a camp host. So I contacted them. They had one spot available. It was about 24 hours a week of work with full hookups. They even had a small dog park. I'm guessing it was a small dog park because most of them don't have big ones inside RV parks. And this was an RV park. Gunnison is 3.5 miles from the place. And again, just getting a free site with a couple hours a week of work. So and being close to Gunnison, as you know, I would have had service. But still on that train of looking at places, my name got passed. Hold on. There's a trash truck coming. Received an email from the Trinidad State Park that they are looking for a camp host. And since it's close to my family in Colorado and a lot of my friends, after speaking with him, it would be me and one other camp host, and I'd have 2 days a week off. I work 24 hours a week again, full amenities. They have laundry on site, and it's 1.5 miles from town. Cell phone service should be fine. So that was like Thursday, and he's like, when can you be here? And I'm like, well, I'm in Mississippi and I don't travel fast. And I've got some things to do. So I've got some friends and family before I actually get locked down for any given time. I want to go see. So as of this moment, I'm slowly making my way to be a camp host in Colorado.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
So, I've been reading a lot of the posts. There are pros and cons. People will come up and ask questions all the time. Because listen, when people go on vacation, they usually leave their brain on vacation or they leave it at home, right? So they come into the wild, and some of these people might be brand new campers. Wish you could see him. And and so they may ask a lot of questions, but I've been, I feel confident that I will be able to help people and point them in the right direction. And there's always someone out there probably more knowledgeable than me that I can just ask. So anyway, that is my news. That's change.
So exciting. Yeah. So how are you feeling about it?
Happy and nervous, but he's crawling underneath the van. I feel good about it. it's like that voice inside, like second guesses yourself, right? If you make a decision, like as soon as I said, you know what, I'm going to do this, because that's what it was like telling me to do. Like, go, just take this opportunity just showed itself to you. I would be able to save, a lot of money on gas and all the other things. And there'd be no guesswork anymore. Like, where am I camping for the next 5 months in summer? I mean, at the same time, I also don't get to go do all the things I think about doing, but I'm like, everything's going to still be there. I don't have to do all those things right now. So I feel good about it. But then, like, give me 12 hours. And then I was like, oh, what did you do? And you're going to really want to stay in one place for all that time? And what if people are horrible? And then the truth is, it dawned on me, I don't have to stay. Like, I can say, you need to find someone else, and this isn't working out. They're not going to not function, without me. So anyway, I feel good about it, and I'm going to give it a try.
Well, that is super exciting.
It's different. It's definitely something. Yeah.
Wow, I'm surprised and excited for you.
Are you? I wasn't sure. I thought you thought I would make it be foolish. Like, this would be a foolish thing to do. No. I really thought, I'm like, Jenny's not going to think this is a good idea.
No, it's not a good idea for me, but that doesn't mean it's not a good idea for you.
Yeah. So, and I don't know if it's a good idea for me, but I want to try. Yeah. Because the truth is, there are these opportunities everywhere. There are so many sites there's like work camping. They're not just at RV parks. Some of them are like even Amazon is offering an RV program where you can park your RV at Amazon, and they have seasonal work for RV work for employees. Yeah. So they give you a free place to park while you're working, and it's for a windowed opportunity. So if you think outside the box, there are a lot you can do when you are mobile and able to go. Right. And not just for free.
Yeah. And it's just a different way of traveling. And I think it's probably better suited for you than it would be for me also, because you do spend a lot of time at campgrounds. Mm-hmm. And that would be a huge chunk of change. Plus, your rig is designed more for like where you need an actual dump site and you need actual water fill up. Like, I have ways around all of those things. So those aren't expenses for me, but the people who have a more like RV style kind of rig, that all adds up. And like, campsites are compared to a hotel seem cheap, but that adds up.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. The fee to go to a state park, because you have the overnight stay, which can be anywhere between $20 to $55 to $75, depending on the state and the park and how nice the amenities are, right? How high is the demand? I think, I actually don't know the price for this particular one. I think it's $45 a night. Because I actually stayed there last year, kind of in a pinch. I had gotten to a campsite in our first episode. We talked about where I didn't feel safe, so I boogied to another park. This is the park I actually boogied to. It was a Trinidad State Park, because I could book everything online, and so I knew it gives you your spot number and everything online. You don't have to talk to a person. You pay your money, you show up, and there's your campsite. And so I didn't have to deal with anybody. I pulled in, parked, got up in the next morning and left, and I felt safe. I felt, so safer than where I was previously before the booking. So I do feel like it, like I said, I think it's a good opportunity, and there are so many of these available for anyone who wants to try it. Some pay, you work 40 hours a week, 20 hours goes towards your campsite for your hookup, and the other 20 is they pay you. So and they have to pay the basic minimum wage wherever you are. So, and I'm sure some places pay more than that. So it's an opportunity to where you can work. They do season blocks, like 6 months summer, and then winter, like you go to the southern states and they're still hiring. Florida's got year-round host opportunities if you want to live in Florida in your van or RV, which I don't. No. So we'll
No offense,
see.
Florida.
Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, that's some of those opportunities where people are always saying, what do you do for work? There are things you can do, but the Amazon one I just saw today. I just saw another posting that they are doing seasonal work. I don't know what states Amazon are in. I actually know that just north of Dallas, I think either McKinney or Prosper area, there's an Amazon distribution center. Now, I don't know if they've got the RV program, but if someone's out there looking for work in their RV, Amazon is an opportunity, and I'm sure they're nationwide. I have no idea how they are to work with as a company, but sometimes a job's a job.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I worked overnight for 2 years because it was paid the bills.
That's right. So yeah, so we'll see. And it's just one more thing, and I'll be really close to my dad and not far from my other cousins and my grandmother who just turned 95. I have lots of friends there. I went to high school and college in Colorado, so it'll be good to go home for a summer.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm excited for you. You got a big adventure coming up.
Yeah. So it's different. So I was thinking about we could like do a gossip section where I'm like, you want to know the gossip of the campground?
Yeah. I'm sure you'll.
Because there's
Milo, if there's one thing I know about you, you're going to be able to hear the gossip.
Well, I'm going to get into the gossip.
For people listening who don't know, when Milo and I camped together, it was like, get on the bikes and see who's here. Like Milo is like neighborhood watch. She wants to just know who's here, and not in like a sketchy way. She just wants to like know their story, know what brought them here, know what kind of rig they're in, what do they do for work. So being that kind of person means you get the gossip.
Well, I think I'm always looking for people to add to our tribe, right? Like,
oh yeah.
I think it's just constantly looking for those connections, those people who are, just the next person to be a best friend.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't want to be my new best friend?
Right? They'd be foolish.
Yeah. Now I will say, I think I've called the police once. There was a domestic happening, and then someone else called the police. Like, you look out your window and there's cops everywhere, and like they're going through the woods. And you're like, wow.
Wait, wasn't this where we were camped together?
Yeah. That whole area had the cops called twice.
Yeah. I was like, wait, I remember this.
I felt bad. As I say, I called the police, but I really, and I won't go into the details, but there was a good reason why they had to come. And it wasn't just for my safety. It was for the other people involved, their safety. But yeah, it's, camp host. And I will know all your stuff. If you come to my campsite, I will know everything about you.
It's true.
How many children do you have? Where did you grow up? What's your favorite color?
It's very true. Yeah. What's your second favorite animal?
Yeah. If you were an animal, what would it be? Jenny, if you were an animal, what would you be?
So actually, my dear friend Parker, we had a big conversation about this once while we were hiking. Because my gut instinct is like, oh, I'd want to be a dog. But like, he's like, no. You got to think about it like more critically than that. Like, if you could be a different animal, like, which one would it be? I'm trying to remember what I said. I feel like I said a fox.
Okay.
I don't remember now. I don't know. The question's complicated.
Is it?
I just worked all day. My brain is mush.
Okay. Even with children all day.
So what is about stuffed animals and all sorts of stuff? Yeah.
So as we start to come to the conclusion of episode 7, by the way, do you have any future plans for next week? You still plan on being in Arizona?
So the boy and I've got to split. I actually have to make my way back to Salt Lake City for a work thing. I have to proctor a test in person for a week. And because my address is technically in Salt Lake City, I got to go back. And I'm a long way from Salt Lake City right now.
You are.
So I think next weekend I'm starting the journey north and trying to get where it's cooler because it's too hot to be in a van here.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well, any plans to come to Colorado?
Actually, I'm thinking after Salt Lake, there's a chance that we'll end up going to Colorado. We'll see how it all unfolds.
Okay. Well, you know where I'll be.
Yeah. Oh, that's so exciting. Oh my goodness.
So, but yeah, so we'll see how it goes. And again, in the links for this, I'll post some where people can find those job campsite listings. And but yeah, workcamping.com, where the camping is, so it's WORK camping, workcamping.com is a good resource. And then indeed.com is how I got the call from the US Forestry. So and then obviously Amazon would be a good place to check for work.
Yeah.
But think outside of the norm.
Absolutely. It doesn't have to be right. I mean, we talked about what we do for work and stuff, but it doesn't have to be a remote job to get you to travel and be able to live this way. Not even close.
And then make sure you get a hammock.
And a hammock. I got to lay in my hammock this week, and so it was top of mind. Actually worked. Like I said, it makes a good outdoor office.
That's nice. Hammock.
Not for your back, but yeah.
No.
Wasn't my most productive, but it was nice.
That's awesome. Well, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for me.
Too. Oh my
goodness. We have a lot of good things going on. And
yeah.
I don't know where my dog went.
Under the van?
I think he's on the other side. It's fine. I'll go find him.
Okay.
All right. Until next week, travel safely.
You too.
I will. And we will, we're continuing kind of merging slowly.
Someday we'll.
Slowly.
Yes.
I'll meet you here. I'll meet you right here.
Perfect.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Coming soon, you will be able to subscribe to receive our newsletter, which will include links to our campsites, items we carry on our vans, and photos from our journey.
You can also catch Jenny on her podcast, Adventures from the Van.
Or tune in to Milo's podcast at Milo Talks.
Thanks for listening, and just go do and see everything you can in a safe way.